because I just ain't wherever. What's up, guys? Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, my guest, Luke. Luke comes to us from
my mother, Canada. My mother, Canada.
His mother, who I'm assuming was Canadian, right? His mother was Canadian.
She still is.
And she still is. So I guess, unlike religion, you can't just get rid of it that easy. And I'm unable to connect to chat for whatever reason, because welcome to my world. Put this over here. See if it connects. And it's trying. Okay, there we go. I should be connected to the chats now. All right, so before we start, I want you to take note of all the links in the description. I have a link to my book. You should buy my book.
Buy it.
Buy it.
Buy 2 copies.
Buy 2 copies. Christmas is around the corner. They make great gifts. Why? Because they're digital. You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to worry about killing someone on Black Friday unless you want to kill someone on Black Friday. Then definitely go to Walmart. Otherwise, just buying this book. And you might be saying, well, Dave, my family members are interested in moving to Cambodia. And I would say it's the thought that counts. You can get a copy for yourself, and then you can buy another copy and gift it to your loved ones. Also, down below is a link if you just want to donate to support free education in Cambodia. That link is down below. I always appreciate it. We pool all the money together every month, and however much money we have, we figure out how many students we can teach for free, and then we do it. But I would prefer more than less, obviously. And they don't get charged anything. I don't charge them a dime as long as we have the money to teach them for free. Also down below is a link to my other YouTube channel, Make Money with Dave, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Go ahead and check it out. And I think those were the only links. I think. I did this a while ago. And I'm never really sure. Hey, tomorrow. For those of you who like my regular videos and you like them long, perhaps a bit drawn out, maybe a little too talky, but you're going to get one of those tomorrow. We were walking around earlier after my class was done, and I lost track of time talking, and I just edited it all together, and I'm going to upload it tomorrow, but it's about 32 minutes long. I just thought I'd warn you first. So if you look forward to my videos, but you're one of these people that like the shorter version, 12, 10 minutes, this one's going to be a little long. Feel free to skip the parts you don't like. But there's a lot of things I show you that I haven't shown for a very long time, and I have a bunch of new subscribers, so I thought they might be interested. And I do answer some questions that people have had. So feel free to check it out. That will be uploaded sometime tomorrow. So Luke has been in Cambodia for how long?
3 weeks.
For only 3 weeks. And he's going to explain to you in a minute or so, what he likes, what he doesn't like. And we were just talking about some of that stuff out there. Some things are more expensive here than even back where he comes from in his mother or Canada.
Motherland, Canada.
Motherland, Canada. I thought only Russians said that. This is my motherland.
There you go.
Russian, Canadian. They're all up north for me, where I come from, so it's all the same, right? But he's going to tell you about his experiences, what he likes, what he doesn't like. And it's always good to get a different perspective, because the more you know, the better off you are. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, if you're popping in, you have something you want to talk about or discuss, let me know. We can discuss anything, even if it's not about Cambodia. It's all right. All the wrestling that took place this weekend. Wow, what a great week. If you're a professional wrestling fan, which he is not. I am. It was a great week, a great weekend. We had NXT War Games on Saturday, which was just out of this world, man. I don't know how some of these people are still alive. I don't. There were just some crazy bumps. And then, of course, WWE Survivor Series was just, it's Tuesday here, but that would just happened a couple days ago on Sunday. Probably one of the best pay-per-views WWE has had in a long time. It was great. A lot of surprises, a lot of good things happening. And again,
Results.
we have some professional wrestlers like CM Punk. If you guys don't know CM Punk, CM stands for Chicago Made Punk. He was a big star in the WWE. He was, I believe he held the Intercontinental title at one point, and of course he was champion a couple times. He had a huge following. He was known for what he called his pipe bombs, where he would just speak his mind about things going on in the company he didn't care for. And he had an injury that, to make a long story short, it led to him not renewing his contract and quitting the company. And he decided to venture into the MMA territory.
Which he
He had 2 professional fights.
He lost both of them.
He lost both of them. And now he's actually back in the WWE, but he's on a pro network. So he acts as a commentator on a show called Backstage, I believe it is. So he's technically not back in WWE, but he is under that umbrella through Fox.
There's actually a couple of MMA fighters that are now in WWE, like Cain Velasquez and
Cain Velasquez, he's had his first professional wrestling match. Ronda Rousey was a women's champion for a while in WWE. Shayna Baszler, if you know her, an NXT women's champion for quite a while. She's had a very, very good run. Of course, Brock Lesnar, he's been switching back and forth over recent years between WWE and he's now actually the WWE Universal Champion. And he's held that many times, but he switched between there and UFC during some points in his career. And also Bobby Lashley. He spent some time in the MMA world. Not in UFC, but one of the other organizations. He's a big guy, though. He's really big. And there is, I can't think of his name, but another MMA guy who supposedly is really well known in the MMA world. I'm not an MMA fan, so I can't say. But he's training right now in the WWE Performance Center to become a WWE superstar. Oh, and let's not forget AEW, Jack Hager. He won, actually, his MMA career. UFC, I think it was. I think it might have been. And now his name was Jack Swagger when he was with WWE. Then when they didn't renew his contract, he went into the MMA field and he actually won his fights, all of his fights. But now he's been taken by AEW, the new upstart wrestling organization, if you don't know. And he is now back in the professional wrestling world. If anybody is saying anything, I cannot see it. I can't read anything in the chat. It's not showing up. Oops. And I do not know why.
I had this problem last time too.
Yeah. Chat is not showing up, and I'm not even sure if let me restore it here. Yeah, and I'm not even sure if you can hear me or see me, or if I'm breaking up. Like I said, man, in my last video, I talked about, I wanted to do another live stream for a while, but the internet gods were being angry for some reason. And I like to think that they like porn as much as I do, but maybe it was because they just felt, no, we need to shut this guy off. I don't know what they were thinking. But I could not connect, and when I could connect, it would disconnect, and it would stay disconnected, and sometimes it would be connected, it would say connected, but nothing would load. I couldn't get pages to load. I couldn't get YouTube to actually connect to the Wi-Fi. And it's been like that for a couple of days. But it's been doing good the last couple of days, so I thought, tonight will be the night. Let me try this again. I can see myself. There is a delay, I believe. Yeah, let me get this out of the way.
I was double.
Oh, come on. Get this out of the way. Oh, there we go. I see somebody. Oh, there we go. Eric, hello.
There you go.
Scuff Steam Reaper. All right. 5 on 5. There we go. Maybe now we can get something going. I can the chats. And I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm never really sure because, like I said, I'm working off a Google Chromebook, not even an expensive one. It's old, almost 3 years old. And so, of course, all I got is the webcam that came with it, which you can probably tell is not that high quality. My lights are not really good in here.
Don't work.
Half of them do not, well, more than half of them do not work. We have 2 lights here that actually work. Those are the 2. We do have 3 more lights around the corners. None of those work. The lights in the bathroom and kitchen do not work. He was just saying he would have brung a bulb over so we could have lights in the bathroom because that would be better. But I'm just like, I'm a guy, man. I can do a little bit. It gets cleaned up the next time somebody takes a shower.
Your connection.
Yeah, it keeps saying my connection is bad and it's trying to reconnect, that kind of thing. This internet connection like in Luke's apartments down the road. What's your internet connection like?
It's really, really, really great or really, really, really bad. There's nothing in the middle. Either it works really well, really fast, and then all of a sudden I can't connect for like a couple of hours. You'll have problems connecting, and then all of a sudden it'll be good. It's crazy.
It's like mine. But here's the thing. All these places kind of use the same service. And it's, of course, you know, the least expensive option they can go for. And at certain times of the day, it's being shared by everybody on your floor or everybody in the building. And, you know, if I'm here and like I'm trying to do something on my Chromebook here, and then Sing Live's watching YouTube using the same Wi-Fi connection, and her daughter's here, you know, listening to her music, streaming music using the Wi-Fi, it's going to be a battle over which device has the better connectivity. And the Chromebook always loses for some reason.
But it's usually free, so you can't complain if it goes down because you don't pay for internet here. So I don't know how much it is in the US, but in Canada, where I used to live, it was close to $100 a month I was paying just for the internet. So free is worth getting it going down once in a while.
Yeah, you know, $130 a month for his apartment, $170 for mine.
Shit, I used to pay just as much for internet that I pay for my apartment.
I didn't pay that much. My internet was like, I believe, $80 a month. It was the fastest speeds I could get for my area and where I lived. But that and my cable, because I had all the cable channels. So it was about, for me, $130 a month for my internet and cable back home. So about the price he's paying for his apartment with the internet included. I was paying that just for internet and cable back home. Hello, Jason. So yeah, now he says, you know, you really can't complain because it's free. I complain. I do. I go I go crazy. I go nuts.
I complain too
sometimes.
when it's happening.
Yeah.
But when it's not happening, you realize that, hey, it's free. So it's
Right. When everything's working well, it's like, I have no problem. I love the free internet here. But when it's down, especially if I'm trying to do something and I'm in the middle of something and it goes down, and I know, I write in my Google Docs. And then when I'm done with what I'm writing, I change it into a PDF. I, transfer it into a PDF file. But sometimes I'm not aware that it goes down, right? So I'm writing along, thinking it's all being saved. And then come to find out, I wasn't connected to the internet. So I lost like an hour or a half hour or whatever worth of work. So that always sucks. And that's when I just start going into a rage fit.
Well, you could always pay for it. I mean,
I could pay for it,
but you won't.
but I won't. Why won't I pay for it?
It's cheap.
Frugal. I am frugal.
It's a nice way of saying cheap.
Hello, Yan. Frugal is a nice way of saying cheap. But seriously, I just I look at something and go, I talk in my next video, the one that's going to be like 32 minutes long, just so you guys are aware, tomorrow is going to be a long video. It got away from me a little bit. But we were down at the market and I was like, those little, I don't know what you call them, those little boonie hats, like the ones with a floppy brim all the way around, don't quite know how to explain it. Almost like a hat that Gilligan would wear, except with a wider brim. Like an explorer hat, like a backpacker's hat. It's got the little drawstring underneath. Anyway, I kind of dig those. And I was like, I should buy one. And I asked, how much? She was like $2.50. And I was like, oh my God, no. Not that, that's nothing. And I'm sure that's her first price. You never take the first price. And I'm sure I could have made that a little less than $2, or at the most, maybe just $2. I could have talked it down maybe 50 cents, 75 cents. And I wanted it, but then I'm thinking, my mind always thinks about other things. So I'm like $1.75 or even $2. Even $2, I said that could be 4 beers. I smoke, 25 cents a pack. That's a week's worth of cigarettes, And I'm thinking, do I really need a hat? Do I really need it? And I usually talk how some people go shopping and they talk themselves into something like, I really don't need that, but wouldn't it be nice in this situation? I do the opposite. I talk myself out of purchasing things, even if they would make my life way more convenient. Like having my own internet for $15 a month would make my life significantly better, and probably less of a chance of me getting a rage stroke.
The internet's only $15 a month here.
You can get 15. I think you're only going to get 6 or 7 megabytes per second for that. If you want to go up an extra 5, you can get at least 10.
It's cheap around here.
It is cheap.
Well, just like a phone bill. My phone bill last month was $8.
Yeah. Cell phone usage here is crazy.
And you get lots of download time too.
Now, yeah, and I've done this in my book, which, by the way, the link is down below and you can buy if you want to. But the cell phone situation here is like I pay $1 a week. Got it. And Single Eye uses a lot of that data to stream YouTube, so that we're not using the free internet and I'm not lagging. So she just uses the data. Now, they have this thing called the Big Love Plan, and $1 a week gets you so many dollars worth of data, text, and phone service. I don't know how they figure the numbers. I think somebody just makes it up and says $600 worth for $1. I think because it sounds good. I don't know what the actual percentages are, but $1 will last a week, and I've never run out of data in a week.
Well, for $8, I got basically 30 gigs of worth of downloads.
Yeah, I don't even know how many gigs like the $1 is. I'd go, but it's just a dollar amount. Like, what your $1 is getting you $600 worth of this and this. And like, I don't know how much that is, but yeah, it's all right. Listen, what we had to do in PPE was use Wi-Fi and mobile SIM card to keep it steady flow. We only paid $10 past the internet, but it was not stable. Hey, David Cook, hello. Wi-Fi and mobile SIM, yeah. Here's the thing about my Wi-Fi, and I'll tell you this right now. If I do a speed test for my Wi-Fi, it's going to be slower than the 3G connection on the phone through a cell phone provider. I do a speed test on there. It's faster than my Wi-Fi. It's kind of backwards. It should not be like that, but it is. So if I wanted to spend an extra $1 a week, let's say, and I won't, why? Why won't I do that?
They've heard it already.
Because I'm cheap. Frugal. But if I wanted to spend an extra $1 a week, we could just use the hotspot on the phone, right? Because I would use a lot of data. So we'd probably need an extra $1 a week.
I'm surprised you just don't connect to the restaurant across the street and get it for free.
I would, but it's kind of out of range. Every time I see the connection, it's like, it's only about halfway up. If I found something like the restaurant across the street has pretty good Wi-Fi, and they have their Wi-Fi password and everything written on the wall. So like if I ever want to go downstairs in front of my apartment, I could use there.
That's what I do. I'm kind of right beside my place. There's a restaurant, and I got their password. So whenever my internet goes down, I hook up to theirs.
I was down at Watbo today, and we needed to buy a cell card. The week was up. We didn't buy a cell card, so we had no Wi-Fi, no connection on the phone when I went to teach. Well, I was looking for unsecured networks, which I always do. I found one, and it was only like 400 feet, according to Google Maps, from where I was standing. I've never heard of this place before, some kind of villa. And so I started walking slightly toward the way it was, and all of a sudden I got a good connection, unsecured, no password needed. So I connected, but as soon as I would connect, the connection would just drop off, and it would say, "You're connected, but there's no internet. Connected, no internet." Never asked me for a password or anything, so I don't know what the deal with that is. 9:30 a.m. here. Hey, DJ. 9:30 in the morning. It is 10:30 p.m. here. Because sometimes I'll stay up to like 1 or 2 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning here. And it's an issue sometimes with saying why, because she's trying to go to sleep like 11:30, somewhere in there, right? She's very responsible like that. And I'm not, obviously. But I have to stay up. I try to explain. I have to stay up because most of the people I talk to or I'm trying to, do things with are like in the United States. And this is the time when they're busy, when they're going to be on the internet. So I like to do a lot of promoting and things on different, after like midnight here, because that's when a lot of people are using those services back in the United States, right? And I don't want to post something at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. Oops. Okay. I don't want to post something at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, knowing it's going to get lost in the shuffle because it's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning back where I come from, and nobody's going to see it. And by the time I get up, other people are going to be posting things, and they're just going to miss my thing. When you're promoting, you have to think about timing. Timing is a big part of that. I go to this website, and I don't know how accurate it is. I forget the name. I'll try to get that though. And they'll look at your account and do that. I'm not full of energy. The opposite. But I did have a coffee after my class. This is weird, but I went to teach, and then at 6 o'clock when I was done, I had a cup of coffee. That's probably where all this energy is coming from. That's probably why we walked around for a long time, and I made a 32-minute video that's going to be out tomorrow. Because normally I don't like to drink coffee that late because I know it's going to keep me up. But I call this a few of these, and it balances out.
How much are they?
$30 apartments, outskirts. Yes. Single I lived on And there's usually going on. Her apartment was $30 a month. And it wasn't a bad place. It was all made of cement. So it was in an air condo. You know, they still had to pay for their electricity. But it was I would say it did have a kitchen and a bathroom, but its size total with those things included was probably the size of my apartment without my kitchen and bathroom. So if you take away my kitchen and bathroom and just this living area, hers is probably about that big. And then you would section off a part of that for the kitchen and bathroom. So it was smaller than mine, but very livable. 2 people could easily live there with no issue. $30 a month, but man, this thing was in the middle of nowhere. It was like dead cell phones. Just it had a temple, because every area has a temple. It had one mom and pop store down a little dirt road you had to walk down, and it had a soccer field, or if you're not from America, you would call it a football field, right? And really, that's it. Everything else was such a long way away. You would have to walk a great distance or find another form of transportation. Your full energy. Last video was much better. Yeah. And like I said in my next video, which is coming out tomorrow, I am going to do that thing a subscriber asked. He was like, he wants to know about lower price apartments, and I thought I'll do a 3 video series where I'll cover apartments you can for less than 100, like $60, $75 a month range. Then I'll do one on apartments you can get what I call average range, $125 to $200, which is about average for most studio apartments here. And then I'd like to do one on the higher end, which I would consider $250 and above. But yeah, I reached out to some forums I belong to on the internets, saying anybody that lives in Siem Reap, if you live in an apartment that's costing you less than $90 or $80 a month, let me know. And if you don't mind, I want to come over and take a couple minutes worth of video. So as soon as I get 2 or 3 of those people together, I'll make the first one. Let you know what you can get for $60, $75. Because it's possible. It's very possible. And I saw one for $50 once, and I liked it. When you walked in, it was nice, pretty roomy. I'm like, $50 a month. This is pretty great. It smelled a little musty. You're familiar with smelling things, but that's because nobody had rented it for a long time, and they kept it all locked up and closed. But I figured I can air that out, a couple days, get some air freshener. And then I went to the bathroom, and that was when I bailed because it was a squat toilet. No regular toilet. Now, I'm all for living as local as possible, but there are some things I have to say no to. There's a squat toilet.
Cheap as you see, or
there's a squat toilet and there's a bucket, and outside there's what do you call it? A spigot. One of those things you turn and the water comes out, whatever you call that. And so you take, after you do your nasty business while you're squatting, which is good for your leg strength, by the way, so maybe not all bad. But you have to take the bucket outside, put enough water in, go back and pour it in. And I just didn't want to do that. Oh yeah, a good Honda. Yeah. Can I do a video review on that $30 apartment? Well, she doesn't live there anymore. So I don't know if it's already being rented out. We would have to go a long way to get there. I'm going to do one on lower end apartments in the general area. I'm telling you, man, this one was on the outskirts of Siem Reap. It was still technically in Siem Reap, but it's out there quite a ways. It's quite a tuk-tuk ride. And walking would be out of the question for a man of my considerable age and not a lot of athletic ability. Let's put it that way. I don't want to die, man.
I think $130 is freaking cheap for an apartment. I can't get over how cheap that is.
Yeah, $130 is cheap. And it's a nice apartment. Yeah. Like I said in my
Same size.
video, yeah, he's got a couch up there that he's never used. Use the couch, man. Use the couch. All this furniture here is hard. The table is hard. The chairs are all hard. Everything here is hard, and it hurts your butt, and it hurts, and sometimes it can hurt your back. He's got a nice, comfortable, soft couch that he's never used. And if it belonged to him, I would be trying to talk him into bringing it over here. But it doesn't. It belongs to his landlady. And obviously, she's just not going to give it to me. Although we do eat there at her restaurant a lot, I might have to butter her up a little bit. Ooh, coffee run, yes. Condos under $100. I don't know about condos. Oh, cheap rent and Siem Reap. Yes. Yes. That's actually a really good place if you're moving here to look for an apartment. That's a... My hair, man. What is this thing doing? Good Lord. Yeah. But I agree. Scuff Siem Reaper. I see some apartments in there and I'm like, holy cow, that's a bargain. They have one advertised right now, which is right, I believe, right on Sucksand Road, right down by Pub Street. And it's only like, I think, $150 a month. And from the pictures, and you can't always go by the pictures, by the way. Don't agree to something until you've seen it in person with your eyeballs. But from the pictures, and I have no reason to believe they're not true until I know for sure they are not, but a very nice little studio apartment in a really, really busy, good location for $150 is.
I was talking to somebody there that he's paying $100 a month for his apartment down there.
How much?
$100
for rent. And that's just crazy. Like I said, I come from Michigan. And Michigan in the United States, if you don't know, is not a very expensive state compared to something like California or on the other coast, New York, where rent, of course, an apartment the size of a closet could be $2,000-$3,000 a month. Seriously, like a little studio apartment could cost you $3,000 a month easily. So even in Michigan, where I come from, I had a small 2-bedroom apartment. I know 2 bedrooms sounds fancy, but one of them was not really that big. I only call it a bedroom because there was technically a bed and a closet in there. Yeah, but still, that was $600 a month for that space. And that was, so what we're getting here for 130 and me 170 is awesome. It's great. Thai immigration, yeah. Yeah, I've heard from other people too. When I made that video, should you retire in Thailand or Cambodia? It was just based on things I had heard. And then, of course, Retired Cheap JC came out with that video, and he was very distraught about the situation. He made a plea to the Thailand government or anybody with any authority about, you're running the Westerners away, man. You're acting like you don't want us here. You're making it almost impossible for retirees to stay. This whole fining and making a foreigner pay the fines because the landlord didn't tell the authorities that the foreigner was staying there, and then punishing the foreigner when it's the landlord's responsibility. That's some crazy stuff. And the reporting situation and 800,000 baht you need in your bank accounts at all times. I mean, 800,000 baht. Before I moved here, I was thinking about moving to Thailand. And I knew if you retired there, you would need 800,000 baht. But back then, 800,000 baht was about, back then, with the exchange rate back then, was about $24,800 or something like that, US dollars. But now, that's all changed and it doesn't go as far. So I'm pretty sure it's over 30 grand, I believe. If somebody knows, let me know. But it's got to be close to like 30 grand you have to have like in your bank account. Like you have to show that you have that much money in your bank account. That's like not spendable money. has to be in there.
Yeah, because there's a certain amount that you're not allowed to touch even.
Yeah. So like you can use it.
No, there's 50%, I think, of it that you're not allowed to touch.
Right, but I mean, you can use part of it.
Yeah.
Like you can get money
There's
out.
only so much
use
that
it,
you're allowed to use.
Yeah, but 3 months prior to renewing your new visa, you have to have that whole 800,000 baht in there for the whole 3 months. You can't take any of it out. And before then, you can use some. That's my understanding. You can pay your bills, but 90 days before you renew your visa, that amount has to be in there at all times. So you just kind of got money sitting there you can never use, and so you're not going to spend it in the country. It's just sitting in their bank account. And I guess it's good for them because they can borrow against it and do all the things that banks do, with your money. But it would serve a better purpose if people said, "Hey, I got 30 grand. Let me spend it in the country I choose to live in." Right?
There must be a reason why.
And the government saying, "No, we don't want you to spend your 30 grand. Leave it in there." That's just, I don't know. All countries are crazy when it comes to things like that. But to me, it's just getting ridiculous. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Yeah, Jason, that's a good idea. $200 to $400. Yeah, easily you can get for $350. You can get a place that has a pool. They'll have a pool, maybe a gym. You'll probably get room service. At least once a week, somebody will come in and clean your apartment or whatever.
Sounds like a hotel.
Yeah, it's $400 here is like, you're living good, man. Living good. Got all the amenities. How much will it cost if you turn on the AC 24/7? Good question. Typical charge is 1,000 real per kilowatt hour, which is 25 cents per kilowatt hour. It's pretty expensive. I would say
he doesn't run his AC, but I've been here for 3 weeks and I've been running it constantly. So when I get my bill, I'll let him know. He'll let you know.
There you go. He's been running his constantly. My rent's 170. I usually don't pay more than, even in the hottest months, when I do run it sometime at night. She gets hot. Stores are closed.
It's crazy hot here at night.
So it's like, I might run it for 8 hours during the night so she can sleep better. But usually no more than $220, including all my bills for my living expenses, rent, electric, water. Usually no more than $220, but I try to keep that $200 or less. And like I said, we run it very rarely. Like he said, he's been running his for the last 3 weeks nonstop. He'll be getting his bill in a couple weeks.
I'm from Canada where it's cold, so I need to be cool once in a while or all the time.
He's used to living like a moose. Living like a moose.
Like a penguin.
Like a penguin.
You're not in Canada, but living like that.
Canada doesn't have penguins?
Not that I know of.
Even at the zoo?
Oh, maybe the zoo.
Do you have a zoo? Does Canada have zoos?
Of course they do.
Oh. I thought instead of zoos, they just had hockey rinks. What do I know? And jellied moose nose. That's a thing. People eat that. And I heard they eat that in some regions.
What's that?
Of Canada. Jellied moose nose. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a moose's nose that has been gelatinified.
No, probably.
And cooked. And then
eaten often in Canada.
Okay. I have not checked out Campot or KEP. 26,400. Okay, thank you, Roy. Thank you. Hello from Texas. Yes. And there's another one, Scott. Hello. He wants to see more apartment videos. I can do that. That's what I'm working on right now. If you missed it previously, I'm going to start on the low end, below $100, and show you. I'm trying to get together 3 people that will let me come over to their apartment that they're paying like $60, $75 a month for. Just film them for a couple minutes. And I'll show you what different apartments look like in that price range. And then next I'm going to do the average price, which I think is what we're paying, one of the more expensive ones. Show you what you can get for your money here. Actually, you can, well, he'll tell you, some things here are more expensive than they are back home.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You get a massage for $5. $5 for an hour. But then you'll go to the store and buy a chocolate bar. It's $1.50. Like
$1.50 for a candy bar.
It's more expensive than in Canada. It makes no sense.
Pringles. I was a big Pringle fan back where I came from because they were only 99 cents a can where I came from. Right? I could buy them anywhere for 99 cents a can. Come over here, they're like $2.50 or something per can of Pringles. And even the equivalent off-brand called Jack's are still like $1.75 or $1.50. So even that's more expensive. But you can buy a huge big bag of fresh vegetables and fruit for probably $3. So you know what I mean? It's the exact opposite of where I come from. Where
Canada.
All the bad stuff is really cheap. All the healthy options are way more expensive than what people can afford. It keeps us lazy and keeps us fat.
But then again, you can go to a restaurant, get a nice big steak dinner, French fries, everything for $7.
Yeah.
You can't even get McDonald's for that price.
Yeah, this is true.
Anyways.
Yeah. Burger King here will cost you, I believe it's $6.25 for a basic Whopper value meal.
Did you go to Kentucky Fried Chicken? That's more expensive here than in Canada.
Kentucky Fried Chicken is more expensive. I've just been told. I've never been to KFC here, but I went to Burger King once. I've lived here almost 2 years. I went there once. It was okay. It was Burger King. I thought I would have like some kind of experience because I'm in Asia at a Burger King. But except for the location and the fact they had the air conditioner way too high, freezing to death in there, except for that, it was Burger King. Whopper tasted like a Whopper. French fries tasted like Burger King French fries. The Coca-Cola tasted like a Coca-Cola. The price was about the same, $6.25 for a value meal.
Well, Kentucky's not the same. They have the original version and they have the version for here. The recipe for here, it's spicier. It's really, really spicy.
Well, there you go. You can get a different version of KFC here. Must include a pool. You got it, man. I'll try. And I say I'll try because, I have to let people agree to let me into their property and do the filming. And I'm not famous. I'm not, if I had Quentin Tarantino's leverage, if I was some kind of influencer or celebrity, I'd have people begging me to come over and mention their business. But I will try. Right now, I'm looking for at least, 3 people. Let me come in and check out their cheaper apartments. But I'll get it together. It'll happen. I have confidence. Probably too much confidence. I shouldn't have so much confidence because you never know. But there's always a way to do things over here. With pool, long term. The police Cambodia. Are they like their counterparts in Thailand? Hello, Sky. The police do not get paid. Hardly anything here.
They don't do anything unless they have to.
Yes. Exactly what he said. If they absolutely have to step in and do their job, they will. But a lot of times you'll see something happening. Something's going down. There'll be police right here. And they will sit there and wait, hoping it resolves itself without violence.
There was a fight at Hub Street when I was down there, and the cops were sitting right there. And they were watching it, and they were hoping that it would stop and clear. And at the end, they had to get up. They just went like this, and then they sat back down.
That's what they do. They get, hey, break this up. I had to stand up. I had to get up. I was enjoying my smoothie. You made me stand up. Now, you go that way, you go that way. That's about it.
As long as they don't get in more trouble after that, they'll let you go, and as long as they can sit back down.
Yeah, they're not real hard asses here. And I gotta kind of admire that. On the other hand, is there corruption here? Yes, there is. What you would call corruption, what I would call a
It's their salary.
Yeah, I
That's
would
how
just
they
call
get
it a
paid.
constructive way to get yourself out of trouble. That's what I would call it. You know, if you get, like, let's say you have insurance, you get travel insurance. You're staying at a guest house, you come back, your bag's missing. They had your expensive camera in there and some equipment. And you have insurance, and you need the police report to file a claim with your insurance, because they're not going to go out and find the bag. They're just not going to happen. But to get your insurance, so you can get another one, you need that insurance form. You need the police report to get it. That's going to cost you something, because the positive thing about that, most expats are aware that this goes on. Most people, okay, they might not want to say it out loud, but I'm not saying it as a negative or a bad thing about the police here or about the government. I'm saying it like, use it to your advantage.
Yeah,
you know what's going on. So if you get in trouble and you know a $5 bill is going to get you out of trouble, that's really good to know. So you're not sitting there worrying like, oh God, what's going to happen to me? Nothing. You're going to pay $5 and walk away. That's what's going to happen. Or $10, you know, depending on what you did.
That's a good thing.
Now, that's not like murder.
If you get caught speeding,
yeah,
you could pay a $5 fine to them, and you don't lose nothing against your license or anything. No points taken.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right. I'm not talking like murder or assault or rape or, you know, stuff like that. You're going to get jacked up, you know, because that makes you a horrible, horrible person. But I mean, like basic offenses that back in where I come from would be a big deal. Then you have a court date, and you got to pay a big fine, and you have to go before a judge, and all that over here can be taken away easily with just a few bucks. Use it to your advantage. If you need something done and you don't know the right people and don't have enough money to do it the right way, find the people who may not be official, but for less money, could find a way to get that done for you anyway. Use it to your advantage. And just say, hey, it's not corruption. It's
the way of life.
It's a unique way to get around certain situations, right? It's not corruption. I'm trying to think of the word. It's not corruption. It's constructive. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Not corruption, constructive. Would you buy that t-shirt? If you do, I'm serious. I will. If you buy it, I will put that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Mississippi, hello. Hello, Mississippi. How safe is it to walk in the middle of the night in SR?
Oh, I can answer that. You know what? I was just at the bar, I think, last week, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, I walked back home. It was a 20-minute walk, and I felt safe. People would walk by the street, and they would talk to you and say hi, and yeah, it's all good.
It's safe.
Oh, yeah,
it's very safe.
It's cool.
I had the same experience once, almost like at 3 o'clock in the morning. My phone was dead. I didn't have Google Maps.
Yeah.
I was new here. I was drunk. I wasn't tipsy. I was drunk. And I went the wrong way. I turned left instead of right somewhere. And I found out, kept walking, found myself in a neighborhood. I had no landmarks to go by. It was completely dark. Streets are completely deserted. My phone's dead. I have no idea how to get back to my apartment because I'm drunk. And luckily a tuk-tuk came along finally and I got back. But I never once felt threatened. You know, occasionally somebody would walk past and you think, oh my God, I'm on a deserted street with no street lights. I'm sitting here, you know, I have all my money in my pocket. I'm drunk and nothing. It was just a, you know, hello, hello. Bicycle ride by. No problem. Shirtless dude on a bicycle, 3 o'clock in the morning. You would be suspicious anywhere else. But no problem. Hello, hello. And then the tuk-tuk picked me up, took me back to my apartment. So it's very, very safe here. But having said that, there are crimes that happen here, and most of the crimes here are crimes of opportunity. If, you know, people do have their bags snatched at times. People do get ripped off, pickpockets, things like that. So that's why I always advise people, like I wrote about in my book, Live in Cambodia, a guide for living in the Kingdom of Wonder, which you can purchase at the link below. Cheap pot. But I mentioned in there, you know, at night especially, just don't carry anything with you that you can afford to lose.
Just bring what you
if
need.
you can't afford to lose,
Just bring what you need.
Yeah. Like if you got $300, don't bring $300 if you're not going to spend $300. Don't carry your passport. Make copies of your passport.
Even in your wallet, just don't
leave them in your wallet.
Bring whatever you need. If you don't need to bring your driver's license,
driver's license,
don't carry it around with you.
Yeah, because even then, if you have a bag or you got your wallet but no money in there, no driver's license, somebody comes up and you're alone, they're going to take advantage and they demand your wallet. Just give it to them. You ain't got nothing important in there anyway.
But I've never even heard
Carry
of that
a dummy
happening.
wallet. Yeah, I haven't. That hasn't happened in a while. I have heard of people ladies getting their purses snatched occasionally, but not in a long time. It's not like back where I come from where it's like an everyday thing, violent crime after violent crime after violent crime. Nothing like that. Carry a dummy wallet.
And trust me, it's safe. I come from Canada, which is one of the safest countries in the world.
It's true.
And
they have more guns than the United States, or probably as many guns as the United States, and yet.
And I feel just as safe here as I did in Canada. So it's don't worry about it. It's all good.
It's pretty safe. They were rushing your house at night and rob you. No. Not in my apartment. There's
bars on most of the windows everywhere. So
my apartment is super, super safe. And I love that because we got the big iron gate that gets locked about 9 o'clock every night. Only tenants and the landlord have a key to unlock it. The top of the fence around the back is they have spikes, and this side has barbed wire. And they have a very, very, very protective dog. When he came in tonight, we had to go down and unlock the gate because it was already locked. When he came in, man, I thought that dog was going to rip his leg off. He was just going nuts. So, you got the gate, you got the barbed wire, you got the spikes on top, you got the dog. No, nobody's getting up here. Nobody's getting up here. I got caught at 3 a.m. very drunk riding on motorbikes. Yep. Oh, I got $20 on the spot. Take care of the paperwork. So let me know. Told him I had an important business meeting to go to. Drunk 3 o'clock in the morning riding your motorbike. You got an important meeting to go to. I like the effort. I actually approve of that. That's awesome. Yeah, they laugh, but you never know. One of them might have thought, guess it could happen, right? I like that. Yeah, where are we here? Zebra rushing home. Oh, yeah. Nope. I think I caught up. If I missed any questions or anything, just let me know. I do tend to ramble. No, she doesn't want to say hi. You want to say hi?
No.
No? You want to say hi?
No hi.
You? No? Nobody wants to be on the live stream. We got Singlai's daughter over there. Say, come over and say hi. They don't want to say hi. Say hi.
How are you?
Hello. Like I said, she's an early bird. She goes to bed. What about you? Say hello.
Hello, are you?
Say hello. Hi. Okay. They do not want to be on camera. You find that here, man. Some people, you're walking down the street and some people like jump in front of the camera. Hey, look at this. But a lot of people are just like, oh, no camera. My students are very shy, most of them. I try to get more pictures and video, but I have one video. It's private right now because I let people see it that have donated. It's me teaching for 36 minutes. That's all it is. Nothing fancy. Just an actual classroom. Show people, where their donation money is going to when they support Fast Track English. Supporting free education in Cambodia. You can donate down below. Do it. Anyway, so I send them this video when they give their first donation, let them know this is the kind of thing we do. I'm going to make it public. It's already on my YouTube channel. It's just set to private. But you'll notice that there's two or three students, because I told them when I started, I'm going to be recording this angle. If you don't want to be on camera, sit over here. You're away from the camera. Everybody that wants to or just doesn't care, sit on this side. Only two of them, I think, sat on that side. You're hearing me talking what looks like off camera, but I'm actually talking to students who were like, I don't want to be on camera. So, just the way it is. A lot of shy people. Maybe they think it steals their soul or something. I don't know. Oh, wait, that's the Amish. I believe the Amish people feel that if you take a picture or video, it's stealing their soul. What do you think about that? Tell them there are bugs here.
No, that's one thing. That's one thing you got to get used to is the bugs around.
Like right now, there are bugs flying around, right?
If you don't like,
I think I'm crazy because my camera is really crappy. The lighting is really bad. My internet's not great. And sometimes you see me sitting here and you must be thinking, oh my God, what is he on? Has he been sniffing paint? Because you can't see the bugs, but they are here. They are trying to attack my facial area. I should not have said facial because I know you perverts are going to think something bad. I didn't mean like that. Stop it. Stop it. Thanks. I have to go to bed, unfortunately. Graveyard shift. Oh, okay. Good night, Scott's. Graveyard shift I worked at back home. Before I moved here, I had a factory job for 10 years. I worked third shifts for the majority of that. I would go into work at 10 p.m. and not get out until 6 a.m.
I was a custodian. I started at 11 until 11:07.
Third shift is the worst. I go to work and it's dark. I come home and it's dark. The light was my enemy. I never got to see the daylight. But there is something about getting out of work at 6 in the morning and knowing you're going to be drunk by like 10 a.m. It makes going shopping at Walmart really fun. Because nobody else is drunk at 10 a.m. I'm like, it's my nighttime. It's my nighttime. I'm buying another beer.
You can buy beer at Walmart in the U.S.?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Can't Canada.
Really? No beer at Walmart in Canada.
No stores. In no stores.
Whoa.
You can't buy beer in stores in Canada.
What?
You can't buy
Seriously?
beer. No.
Is he kidding me? Anybody else from Canada, can you verify his story? I'm not trying to say he's a liar. He's a very honest, nice gentleman. But no beer in stores. That's like a...
There's beer stores for that. You have to go to the beer store.
They actually have stores just for beer. Like you can't buy them at a regular store.
In Quebec, you can. It's the only place.
Quebec, they also had the fancy, really pretty strippers.
In Quebec is the only place that you buy beer like inside of a store. In Ontario, there's no place.
I did not know this.
Have beer stores for that.
No, I did not know this. See, I'm learning something new. I'm learning something new about a country I've never been to.
It's just like pot's legal in Canada now. They're going to have pot stores that you could go in to just buy pot.
Pot store. I like the sound of that. Even though I haven't smoked in over, I don't know, 25, 30 years. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Entertain the folks while I go have a smoke and a little beer. God, my butt is sore, man. Chair. Entertain the folks.
I don't entertain.
He doesn't entertain. I did not win. I don't win anything ever.
So you turn the thing this way while you do it out.
Usually I do.
You can still talk to them.
I could. They don't want to see me smoke. So I say hello. Entertain these folks for about 7 minutes. Say
No.
hello. She's not feeling well. And by the way, she's got that up over there. We'll give you a little apartment tour. There's the door. Let me just do a little spin around. There's the bed, coffee table. Oops, we don't get the right angle. Oop. There's that. Where the TV should be, I don't have a TV. There's the door that goes into the bathroom. There's our big water jug for our drinking water. There's my whiteboard for when I teach classes here. There's my Motorhead poster. There's a fan. And there's Nikolai's daughter. She just took a shower wrapped in a towel, so I'll keep that off her. And I'll be over here. Just give me like 6 minutes, okay? 6 minutes of your time. You keep them entertained. Tell them what you want to do with your story. That number is your context. I gotta stretch if I'm not doing nothing. when I'm online, it's weird because when I'm actually writing, like I can write for 3.5 hours before I look at it. Because it goes by so much. It's talking and doing that. Heck, my legs start going to sleep if I sit in the chair. You know? That's the worst part, man. I feel my legs start hanging in the back. You know, fidgeting around. It's the worst. I think you got couch you can use. I probably never used it. I want to get sometimes that's the problem. Well, it's something I would say this. I would say you definitely don't want to kind of black leg. That is, you probably want to move. That's I know, but if you try not to think about it, it's like when you eat dirty, right? If you get past the smell, it's actually good. The taste. But you have to get past that smell. And it's kind of like the mental process of work. You know, when you sit down and you're thinking, you know, your mind goes to places like, you know, it's not really that. Really, for me, it's all the nasty stuff. Yes. I thought about the whole thing. Taking your foot right off of it. I got the thing that's probably not supposed to get. You know, and they do that to hospital. When I went to the hospital, man, they were inside of the room. They let people come in from outside, things like baskets, trying fish, smelling things, you know? And they, everybody takes off the shoes, doctors, nurses, and the operating rooms right down there. Yeah. Incense smoke, and you smell it a mile away. I don't feel like there's some of those dirty spaces of grease. I know. With the wind that over their shoes, what do you do? The thing that really struck me. That you do not have a bedside. Very business-like and very boom, boom, boom. But okay, you're going to have an operation. You have to give us this much money. No, I didn't know. Right. That's not sense. And there's no company like, okay, we're going to deal her out now. She's going to be okay. Our doctor's very good. And I don't want you guys to. There's nothing. They come in, lock them on the table that rolls them up. Then the nurse comes in, very stern looking, older, very set down. Waiting for all the things to be passed. I'm like, oh, I got no words of comfort. They've already taken the person. So you have to pay first. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Otherwise, you just not. In the US, you have to pay first. Do you? No. So even if you don't have insurance, like comfort cheese, you might not use, you don't have insurance. But even if you have they're obligated. Under their oath, they're obligated to work under any circumstance. Independent of what. I heard there's some insurance, some hospitals there is some insurance. And yeah, there are, and that's been a big debate for a long time, because that's popped up in the last few years. And you know, they're very open between the top three states. They would say, well, I think it's circumstance for dollars a month. And that's even they've gone up over here or something. That's what it is. So if you don't have to worry about any of the operations, you get it, it's pretty good and big for not considering the quality of it. One thing that purely is investment, it will probably be this. So, okay, so I'm going to pay you this. And it's not much, so that's the thing. $300 for a 10 minute pay. But these people coming from the village just come like your ass. Shit, that's like $3 months out. Right? If the person dies, so there's no refund. So the thing about it is, sure, that's of course, that's not what you're paying with your family, and This ain't gonna last long anyway. It's gonna be. Oh, my throat. My throat. My throat. All right. Hey. Like that. We're outside talking about healthcare here. I was telling him in my video, if you saw it, if you didn't, I'll tell you now, that when Senglai's sister came here from a village to have an operation, that they're very matter of fact here. They're very businesslike. There's no bedside manner. There wasn't any of this, oh, she's going to be fine. You guys sit back and relax. Our doctor is great. They came into the room. They wheeled her sister out. A nurse came in and held out her hand. Everybody started getting money out. You pay cash here. You pay cash before they do anything. You don't have the cash, they're not going to try to save your life. They'll do the very basic things they can. But until you have the cash, nothing else. And this was for what wound up being an appendicitis, taking her sister's appendix out. And but that was it. They wheeled her sister out. The nurse came in, wanted money. Almost like a hostage situation, right? And people are demanding money. It all turned out good. But the other weird thing was when they were done with the operation, the doctor came in with one of those little, kidney-shaped little metal bowls, and had her sister's appendix in there, and everybody started getting out their camera, taking pictures of the doctor holding it, and getting a picture of the appendix. And I'm sitting there, what are you doing? And the doctor even, he told me, because I got my phone, right? Yeah, picture. Yeah, come on, take. Okay. And to this day, I have a picture on my phone of a woman I don't know very well. I have a picture of her appendix in a bowl. Because I asked him why. I was like, should I just delete this? She's like, oh, no. Okay. Maybe it's because they felt this is my investment. Maybe they can hold it over the sister's head one day, like, remember when this happened to you and I had to pay this much money? I don't know what it's for, but I will forever have that picture of an appendix. Don't do weed, but why not? Okay. Oh yeah, weed is illegal here. Oh yeah, and I have. I did not rearrange my apartment. Senglai, a couple days ago, got up and decided because she was up, I should get up also. And the reason is because she wanted to move the bed from there to here. It was her decision for some reason. Don't ask me why.
And weed is illegal here, but you can get it everywhere.
Yeah.
Ask any tuk-tuk driver, and they're always offering it everywhere.
Tuk-tuk drivers will all, especially down by pub streets, they'll all offer you weed
Or sex.
They'll start out with weed. You walk by, and they'll say
they're not offering the sex from them.
most of them probably are not offering sex with them, but they'll say weed, and you go, oh no thanks, and then it escalates quickly. Oh okay, heroin? You want heroin? Like what? No, I just said no to weed. Why would I want heroin? And he goes, woman? You want woman?
Massage? It's usually massage.
Like, oh my God, no. I mean, all three of those things is actually, yes, of course I want all those things. Yes, but I don't do any of those things. But they will ask. But they do have happy pizza places here. You can do that legally. You walk in and order an extra happy. Order extra happy on your pizza, and you will get pizza made with marijuana, and it will get you high.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, anything here on the menu if it says happy, because there are some bars that will say, "Do you want a happy mojito or just a regular mojito?" Now, some people might go in going, "Well, if I'm going to drink, I want to be happy. Give me the happy." But keep in mind, the word happy is like a code word for marijuana.
I'm glad you told me that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you go in and order a happy pizza, you're going to get high. There will be marijuana on that pizza. And it's legal to do that. But here's the thing with the tuk-tuk guys. Some of them are in cahoots, I say. It's an old person's word. I'm old. They're in cahoots with the police. And so they'll sell you the weed. Then you walk away. A couple minutes later, here out of nowhere comes a police officer. He's going to stop you, ask you about the weed that he knows you have. And it will cost you something to get out of trouble. He'll confiscate the weed. He'll get his bribe. He'll give part of it to the tuk-tuk driver, give the tuk-tuk driver back the bag of weed to try to sell to the next unsuspecting foreigner. Do not buy weed from somebody you do not know. That's my advice. If you want to do that, buy it from somebody you know and trust. It's still illegal though, so I'm not advocating for that. And be careful what you buy if you're of the type that wants to try harder drugs like cocaine. Sometimes you are not getting cocaine, you are actually getting heroin disguised as cocaine. And I've said this before, there are people that die all the time. They die, they overdose because they think they know how much cocaine they can do. So they buy what they think is cocaine in a certain amount. Come to find out it's heroin, which they might have never done, and they overdose. And they will find their bodies. And you'll hear about that sometimes in the news. And they will say, this poor 35-year-old American guy died of a heart attack in his apartment. Code word, heart attack. Now, sometimes that might be true, but a lot of times you'll hear rumblings that, no, it wasn't.
Shit, I wonder if that's what happened to, there's a YouTuber that died, I think it was last year. And that's what they said he died from, was a heart attack.
So, sometimes a heart attack is a heart attack.
I wonder if that's what happened to him.
Sometimes it's something else. Because they don't, Cambodia, like a lot of countries in this area, they don't want bad publicity. They don't want people to know that these things are readily available. If you ask the government, the official stance is no. We don't have any illegal drugs here. Nothing nefarious like that goes on. But it does.
Did you see his videos of No Joke Howard?
No Joke Howard, yeah. Yeah, we talked about that in my last
he died
lecture.
from, they say it was a heart attack.
Well, it was. I guess his mother came out and said, and one of my subscribers told me this about No Joke Howard, being on that subject from the last live stream. His mother came out and actually said that the toxology report said that he has no drugs in his system. So good for him that he finally, it seemed to be like he got clean and he was doing well in Mexico, pursuing his MMA training and career. So that was good. They found no drugs in his system, and it was simply a heart attack.
No, that's crazy.
And nobody killed him, even though he did have a lot of issues with his neighbor, as was, he documented in several of his videos from Mexico. But I was kind of glad to hear that, that he didn't, he was clean, he was doing his MMA thing. Good for him. Unfortunately, you can't really say who's going to have a heart attack or when they're going to have it. Guys like me who smoke and drink and have had a lot of bad habits in the past might live forever. And then you got guys who never smoked a cigarette in their life, never done any kind of drug, and they jog and they work out and they die at, 34, have a heart attack. It's weird. That was me. Yes. Scuff Steam Reaper. Thank you. Yes, you're right. You are correct. That was him that told me what his mother actually came out and said for subscribers, which is, I didn't believe that for a second. Conspiracy theories. But there was a lot of talk about, he had trouble with his neighbor. His neighbor probably killed him. And then somebody said, well, he had a history with drugs, so he probably overdosed. And I never really heard about how it all turned out. So these are all theories I had just heard. And the Scuff Steam Reaper told me that, his mother had come out in a public statement, which is still available for you to see on one of his videos, explaining what happened and what they found, or more importantly, what they didn't find, which was drugs in his system. So all of those other things were just internet theories. Well, yeah. I mean, all the time he did spend addicted to drugs, that's never good for.
It's bad on the heart.
Yeah, it's bad for your heart. It's bad for a lot of your innards. Your innards, to deteriorate with that kind of stuff. But I was really, really happy to hear that, it wasn't drug related. I mean, it might have been caused by drugs he did in the past, but, at least the last few months of his life, because some of those drugs can stain your system for months, so there would have been trace amounts they would have found if that would have been the case. So obviously for at least the last few months, and I'm guessing since he moved to Mexico, because he did say, I believe in one video, that when he moved there, he just quit doing all the drugs, that, he got his life together. He was happy. He had his MMA thing going. So that's always good to hear. Sad what happened, but it was good to hear that, last few months of his life, at least, he was enjoying himself. It's always a good thing. If you ever have somebody come out and say, oh, poor Dave, by the way, guys, this is so-and-so, I'm a friend of Dave's, he died of a heart attack. Yeah, you should probably believe that because my lifestyle is crap. It always happens. You can absolutely believe that. If anybody ever comes on and says, I died of a heart attack while having wild, uninhibited sex with 3 great-looking women of their own accord with no money being exchanged, that it will be a lie. Look at me. That's not happening.
Because he's too cheap to give the money.
And I'm too cheap anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I'm too cheap. Happy ending. What? $5? Oh, that's pretty good. $2. What do you mean no $2? No, I'm walking out. I walked away from deals over $1. That's how bad it is sometimes. I was like, no, I don't need it. But most of the time, I don't need the things. Like I was telling him, it's like I do the opposite of what most people do. Most people will find a way to talk themselves into buying something. Like, I really don't need that, but man, it's a pretty good price. I might need it one day. I could use it for this. It's something they want, but they don't need, but they try to convince themselves that they need it. So they talk themselves into buying it. And I do the opposite. Even if it's something
that he needs,
that I need, I try to talk to myself, do I really need this? I don't really.
Like light bulbs.
Like light bulbs. I'm like, listen, I know where the toilet is. I've lived in the same apartment since I've been here. I know my way around. I know not to stub my toe on the little door going up to the kitchen area. I can kind of know where the toilet is when I go to urinate based on hearing it hit the water. It's like, nope. Oh, I run around the edge. Lean forward. There we go. There's the sweet spot. And like I said, if you pee on the floor a little bit, take a shower. Cleans up the floor. Cleans you up. It's all good. Who needs a light bulb? Besides, man, they want like $2 for a light bulb for these special $2 for one light bulb. $2 for a light bulb. Can you believe that?
Something else that's more expensive here than.
That's 4 beers. That's 4 beers. I mean, if you got a choice between a light bulb or 4 beers, which one are you picking?
Light.
Canadians can't buy beer in a store. They eat moose noses. Who are you gonna trust? So, I'm getting a beer. That's all I'm saying. Hey Ed, how you doing, buddy? Just checked in from Canada. It's minus 6 degrees Celsius here. See, 4 beers. Ed said he would pick 4 beers. He's from Canada too. He's just checking in from Canada.
It's because he's used to paying $20 for a beer. He wants the 50 cents one.
He says it's minus 6 degrees Celsius. That is, in Fahrenheit, that is cold.
It depends. It's probably colder in different places. Depends where he's from.
I can't figure out Celsius to Fahrenheit. I have no idea. Ed, this is Luke. Luke comes, he's been here 3 weeks now from the Great White North,
Ontario.
Ontario. He was telling me things about Canada that I find odd about the beer situation, not being able to buy it like in a Walmart or a store. They have special beer stores.
No, they were supposed to try and change that. I don't know if they have. Maybe he can let us know. I don't know if they have changed it, but they were supposed to let people buy beer in stores. But when I left, it still wasn't allowed.
That's just weird because here, beer, I mean, you can buy beer anywhere here. I mean, you could probably go into a store that sells, you know, things for children, and somewhere in the back, somebody's selling beer. Somebody sells beer. Bug. There was a bug. Yeah, pour beers in the dark. If I took this one into the bathroom, same thing. My light's not working in my bathroom. Light's not working in the bathroom or the kitchen. It seems like if anywhere, Australia, you would be able to buy beer anywhere because everything there is, you know, it's trying to kill you. Everything. The animals try to kill you. The weather tries to kill you. It's parts 1 and 2 too many times to know. Never go into the outback.
You see the TV series?
They had a TV series?
Yeah.
Never saw the TV series. I love the movie, so we're going to wait until that goes away. Dun, 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 dun. What do you call the other thing?
Video?
The video. The audio or the video, it is on my end. My crappy internet connection.
But it's free.
But it is,
your,
but it's
your
free.
favorite number.
But it's free. And that is my favorite number. Free. But I want you guys to know that I've been watching this show lately. It's something you guys should really, really check it out if you can. It's an incredible show. And it's about a dude, it's about a guy, and he's like a chemistry teacher, and then he starts selling meth. Yes, I know it's old, but guess what? I've never seen an episode of Breaking Bad. Never seen one. And I got reminded of that is when I said no mas, is because that's the last episode I watched, which is in season 3, episode 1 is named No Mas. And he backs out of his deal with the restaurant owner, Gus. That's the last one I saw. So I haven't seen any of the other one. I don't know how it ends. I never kept up on it. Never watched it before. But I'm now watching it, and I like it. It's how to make meth, watching that show. Trust me. Not that I've tried. But no. But yes, there are several shows that I wanted to watch, even when I had episodes upon episodes of other shows that I'd watched for years that I never had time to watch them all. Between that and TV and video games, so I never, when new shows would come out that everybody was talking about, like, wow, this show is incredible, you need to watch it, I'd be like, oh, I'll get to it one day. Wait for it to come on Netflix, stream it, binge watch. But then I never would. So I'm getting caught up now. Yeah, my connection. My connection keeps shutting off. Well, I'm going to end this one now anyway. If you want some ways to maybe make extra money online, my channel, Make Money with Dave, is down below. I actually have videos that are like only 9 minutes long on that channel. Believe it or not. It's true. You can check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. As soon as they're finalized, you'll be hearing about them in the next week or so. Time got away from me. All right. And it keeps going out 4 or 5 days. And probably.
Have a good night.
Oh, and look at his t-shirt. We have the same taste in music. Show me your t-shirt.
Have you seen it? Butcher Babies.
Butcher Babies. If you haven't heard of them, go to YouTube. Butcher Babies. Awesome. All right. I'll talk to you guys.
Is it ended?
No. You might get your wish. It is not ending. Oh my God.
What has it? The airport's canceled.
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Says the same. Says the same. It says, oh, it's froze. That's all it is. My voice is, there you go. Page unresponsive. Well, of course I want to save it. Or I want to wait. Otherwise nobody will be able to see the replay. That would suck. That would be an hour and a half I can't get back.